Good afternoon and welcome. Today we are going to do a webinar related to getting creative with reading and technology. My name is Julianne Drummond and I am a third grade teacher at Club Hill Elementary. And I have taught anywhere from kinder, pre-K, first, all the way through fifth grade. So these are just some websites that I have found along the way that have been very helpful for me, both to use with my students in a whole group and also to use with my students in a small group. So getting creative with technology and reading. We are going to look at 3 different websites today. And we are going to focus on the 3 different websites and apps that will be most beneficial to you and your small groups. Again, third grade teacher. I teach reading, science, and social studies. I previously taught fifth grade, kinder, pre-K, and first, and I just got my master's in educational technology. You might be asking, how can these technology resources help me teach reading? Well, these are all great resources for use in small groups. I have added several of these resources to my small group centers or with me at the table. They can be used for assessments. They can be used for extra practice, independent practice, group practice. However you would like to differentiate and diversify, you are able to do that. Most of these incorporate problem solving and higher level thinking skills, and they allow the students to be creative when applying the skills that you are assessing and teaching. And they can be used to assess student comprehension, specifically with reading. Benefits of using technology during instruction. Teachers are able to create student accounts. You're able to track their progress and their assignments. The students are engaged. The students have fun. They get to be creative with it and learn basic computer skills. This is just a small little thought. The social readers are connected readers. Taking that reading piece and connecting it to the technology piece allows the students to gain some skills that they wouldn't just from reading from a paper text alone. And then also using technology in general allows them to build confidence. It allows them to develop computational thinking skills. It's fun, it's interactive, and it gives opportunities for them in the future. And of course, what's the best part of using technology? The students love it. So the 3 apps that we're going to go over today are Sketch, GoFormative, and Get Epic. And I will show you what each of these looks like. I will show you how they can be used within the reading setting and also what they can be used for. So Sketch, first of all, Sketch is an app available for use on devices or desktops. Today I'm going to show you what it looks like to use it on a desktop, simply because I am on a desktop, but it is available for use on iPads. It allows students to annotate using text, using shapes, using sketches. They can annotate photos, screenshots, maps. You can download their creations or they can share their creations with you so that then if needed, you can grade and track progress with those. The second website we'll look at today is GoFormative. It is a free website available for use on devices or desktops. It allows teachers to customize assessments and questions. Teachers can see immediate responses from students, give feedback, and easily track student growth. And then we have Get Epic. It can be a website, getepic.com, or the app is very user-friendly for the students. It's a digital learning library of over 25,000 books. It's got videos, quizzes, very engaging for the students. They can choose between different levels of books that are read to me, audiobooks, ebooks, learning videos. They can search books by different topics, interest. They can take quizzes and they get to choose the books that they want to read. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start today with the Sketch app. It is a website that you can download the app for your desktop or it can be used on an app. Again, today I'm going to show you what the desktop version looks like, and then I'll show you some creations made by students with the app version. So this is Sketch. And Sketch can be used in various ways. The ways that I'm going to show you a couple of activities that I've done with my students today. We use Sketch for character traits most recently. The students were allowed to take selfies themselves, and then they were able to add annotations to it to kind of add on their own character traits. So with Sketch, you have some options. You have the arrow option here, where you, of course, can draw arrows. You have the text option. You have shapes that you can add, highlighting, and different emojis, which, of course, the students love. So what I usually do is I let them start with a image. So for example, we have a book that we read called The Rotten Red-Headed Older Brother. They would be able to take that character and then add character traits around it. They could draw the arrows, change colors. For instance, he was athletic. And then you would, of course, give your support. You could use different tools to highlight, to blur out. That's something that I've seen a lot of teachers use also if they want to share images but are unable to share using a certain student because of privacy reasons. You've got lines that you can draw. I'm going to show you what our example looked like with my students. This is an example of two activities that we have done. One of them was social studies and reading with their social studies weekly. When I taught 5th grade, they read in their social studies weekly, just kind of about the different exploration routes that were taken in the beginning of kind of colonizing America. And then they were asked to use Sketch to track those routes that were taken by the different explorers, and then they were asked to label it. And again, we took selfies with my students, and then they were asked to add character traits to it. So that would be an example of those. So that is Sketch. It's a very fun and creative app. Next, we have Epic. GetEpic.com. And I'm going to go ahead and let Epic talk for itself.
Epic is an award-winning digital library for kids 12 and under. Once on Epic, your child will unlock a world of reading, learning, and discovery, getting instant, unlimited access to more than 25,000 high-quality books, videos, and so much more. Kids on Epic get to explore their interests in a safe, kid-friendly environment with no ads or in-app purchases. Epic's vast library features thousands of books, read-to-me and audiobooks, and learning videos, from animals and DIY to award-winning literature, STEM, and everything in between. Epic is personalized for your child, so they get recommendations based on their interests and evolving reading level. Got a future artist at home? A Lego fanatic? Or maybe a science lover? Kids love to choose what they read and watch, and with our constantly growing library, the possibilities are endless. To reinforce their learning, kids can take fun quizzes to test their knowledge and earn badges and rewards, so parents can track their progress and kids can feel proud of how much they've learned. Kids can easily and safely access Epic anytime, anywhere, online or off. It's an entire digital library of knowledge and fun at their fingertips, and it's just one click away. Discover why millions of kids love reading on Epic. Start your free trial today.
All right, that's just a little bit about Epic. I'm going to show you some different kind of, I guess, perks to using Epic. Oops. Now, there's also a webinar available for Garland ISD employees on EPIC itself. For educators, it is free. They do have the ability for you to, or the option for parents to pay for use at home. Students are not able to use it at home unless parents also buy the subscription, but they are able to use it at school for free. So educators, you would sign up under educators, of course. I already have my login. It's free for teachers and librarians. I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like, though, once you go in. Oops. Oops, sorry. All right. So you have different classes that are available for you. You can track your classes. You can see how much time they've spent on it. You can change kind of their logins if needed. You can add parent emails if you want to connect with them. You can import your own classes using Google Classroom. But the most important thing is the students getting to see it. So they will give you a class code so that your students are able to just type in the class code to access it through the app. But once they go on there, they have different options. They can search through the different collections. They have really popular collections on there, such as the National Geographic Kids. They have Big Nate, which the older kids loved getting to see on there. They have Goosebumps. You can search by genre. You can search by author. You can also add in quizzes of your own. If you want to assign certain things to the students, you can assign things to them. For your readers that maybe on a lower level, they have the read to me option where you can give them books that will actually read to them. Or you have the option to give them audiobooks to listen to, or books that are just an ebook where they have to read the text themselves. There's also learning videos, which the kids really like to watch on things such like adding multiple digits. They have animals, they have place value. It just depends on what you're looking for. It'll recommend books to them based on what they have added in the beginning or their interest. And then they also, like I said, have quizzes that you can add in there and then grade towards the end. So EPIC for the students, my kids love it. It's edition and a station. Our technology station, they're able to go on that as one of their options to just kind of get a little more exposure to some of the books that they enjoy. So your activities would be where you are able to see how long your kids have been on it, the last time they were on it, and also if they've taken quizzes and things that you've assigned to them. And then, of course, assigning them assignments and collections also works quite well. So that is EPIC. And the last one I'm going to show you today is GoFormative. And again, GoFormative is a website that allows you to make formative assessments, both formal and informal, for your students. You have a couple of different things or options for your students. You can give them their own login, or when you make an assessment, you can use the code, and the students simply use the join code option or enter join code, which connects them to your quiz. I just used this one a couple of days ago with my students in a vocabulary station, and they really enjoyed taking the quiz on paper versus taking it taking the quiz online instead of taking it on paper. So GoFormative, it is free also for teachers. You can log in. I sign in using my Google account. Now, when you go in, you can import your classes also from Google, or like I said, you can allow them to access your quizzes as a guest, and then they type in their own name. When you're in GoFormative, there's a couple of options. You can create a new assessment, which is you creating your own assessment using your own questions, or you can choose from a bank of previously used questions and previously created questions from other users. So for example, this week, I created a synonym and antonym practice to be used in a station. I added in, as you add in a question, it allows you to choose what you want to add as a question. So in this case, I added a video, as you can see, over synonyms and antonyms. You can add content like images. I've used text before. With your questions, you have different options. A couple of them are saved for if you have the premium subscription, but that doesn't really get in the way because you still have the basic ones such as multiple choice, multiple selection, true or false, short answer. So the questions that I created, I gave them a video first, and then I added in a short answer, something as simple as give a synonym for the word awesome. And then they are supposed to type in an answer. You can add a correct answer. And if you add a correct answer in there, it will grade the assessment for you, which is very helpful. It will also, if you want to tag the TEK that goes with it, you can tag that, which allows you to connect to other questions. If you would like, when you're adding a question, you can also choose this option, which is search from existing questions. And in that case, you just type in or search for you just search for the topic that you want, and you can choose from a bank of questions, which is where this question came from. Now, once your quiz is completed and you're ready to assign it, then you can assign it to your students here. You would choose the classes, of course, that you want to assign it to. You can assign there. Or if you want guests to be able to use it, let's say you haven't made your classes, you can just give them the code associated with it, and they can type in the join code and then type in their own name. Once they have done the actual quiz, you can view their responses. I'm going to hide their names so that you are unable to see them. You can see how the students answered, who got correct, which question. You can go through and grade them yourself also. We had this one, for example. And this tells you if it's green, of course, that the student got the question correct. If it's red, they got it wrong. And if it's yellow, that's because maybe I assigned partial credit for that question, just so that, you know, maybe they showed their work, but they got the answer wrong, or they got the answer right, but they didn't show their work if you're doing something like in math. And that's very helpful for the grading process, and you have all your grading done for you. So that is informative. Like I said, I have used all three of these within small group stations, but introduced them whole group. I've also done it as a whole group if you have access to the amount of devices that you need. So those are our three. That will conclude my webinar at this point. This is my contact information. If you have any questions or if you'd like to learn a little bit more, feel free to contact me. My email address is shown here. Those of you looking to gain CPE credit, this is your short link that you're able to use in order to gain that credit. So feel free to type that in, and I will leave this presentation live for a moment so that you're able to access that. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Thank you.